This is the Bitcoin 1 month overview reading for the month of December 2025. It's currently December 3rd, 2025, 3:21 p.m. Eastern Time. Appreciate your patience, guys. The holidays and the end of the year really just throw a monkey wrench in my working cycle. But with that said, it's Bitcoin is at $93,103.02. That's USD. The shuffle video for the December reading was created November 23rd, 2025 at 11:15 p.m. Eastern Time. That's this video playing for you here. So if you're new to the channel, what we're going to cover will be the overall trend direction and the timing of the highs, the highs and the lows throughout the month. We're going to give you the day-by-day sequence of chart events, and then at the end of the video, we'll give you one of the best trades that we see for the month. As far as the day-by-day sequence of chart events, the timing is usually on point to the day, but you must understand that with SO meta-analysis, these cards going left to right across the board, they're what you call timeline cards, and in the case of a 1 month reading, they represent 24 hours of time, but not each card's energy will necessarily line up perfectly with 24 hours of time, and for that reason, sometimes you need to get the timing plus or minus a day or two of wiggle room. It's a sequence of chart events that remains accurate nonetheless, so keep that in mind, guys. And think of this video as a guide to our expectations of what should happen. But if things go differently at some point, we can always refer back to the reading in real time. It's the most powerful aspect of SO meta-analysis, being able to refer back to the reading and course correct. So with that said, stay tuned for one of the best trades at the end of the video. But before we do that, I want to review the November reading and see how we did. I don't think it was our best reading because I had the strongest possibility of a highest high around the 21st and the 30th, with an alternate being on the 3rd, 4th, and it looks like it ended up being the alternate, which I don't like it when it's the alternate, but we did point out that that could be a possibility. As far as the lowest lows, we went from a highest high to a lowest low thus far there at the beginning of the month. We had another low, another lowest low take place after that one. We were just a little bit early. It ended up being more so like the 13th, 14th, where we had it for the 10th. However, that card on the 11th, an opportunity to open up a short position, that was on point, like phenomenally on point, with this huge move to the downside taking place on the 14th. That's the universal. Then we expected another high, but here's the thing, guys. If you just watched the public video, you would have been like, what do I do now? This was wrong here at this point. But if you're on the Discord, I let people know in real time, hey, guys, based on what's transpired, I'm seeing the lowest low for the month. It's somewhere around the 25th. It ended up being the 21st. Pretty close, considering end of the month. But with all that said, guys, generally speaking, we do much better. It's got to happen now and again, especially during Mercury retrograde. But we like to show you every month how the previous month went, regardless of if it was a good month or a bad month. Transparency is super important to us here at SO Meta, at Tarot for Traders. And that's because what we're trying to do is make this mainstream. We're trying to prove to the world that extrasensory perception can be used practically in the real world. It doesn't mean we're going to be right all the time. And there's always those critics that are like, oh, you were wrong this time. You suck. Like, dude, do you expect a lawyer to be right every single time? Do you expect a financial advisor to be right every time? I mean, we're still right most of the time. So with that said, I got no problem showing you wasn't our best month. Now, hopefully this month will be better. We're out of Mercury retrograde. And so far, it looks like things are pretty on point. We have this support level important on a multi-day scale that we attempt to establish support here on the 1st. On the 2nd, we have the sideways fluidity. We went all the way back up, and now we broke through resistance. We're staying above it briefly, breaking back down through it shortly thereafter. That's the abundance card. What I would like to see is some sort of trough take place before another move higher. But we should have a big move to the upside, a breakout move to the upside. On the 4th, and that'll mark opportunity. I'll probably talk about that at the end of the video. A sharp move to the downside on the 5th. I'm advised to be cautious there on the 5th. Multiple false tops or bottoms or some sort of tricky chart behavior. A lot of volatility on the 6th with a lot of price change from a peak early in the day to a trough late in the day. And then from that trough late in the day, we have a rally that takes us into a highest high, at least thus far here around the 7th, 8th. We should see 3 pokes through the same trend line and a sharp drop on the 7th. from that third poke, and then a breakout move to the upside out of a trough on the 8th. On the 9th, a decline ends with a fast sudden move higher. On the 10th, a resistance level highlighted that we declined from and then return to in the not too distant future. We have a peak towards the end of the cusp of the 10th, 11th, and then a rally along a diagonal trend line on the 11th. A peak and a trough taking place on the 12th, and it looks like from that peak on the 12th, there's a significant decline, followed by another move to the upside around the cusp of the 11th, 12th. It's like a pop and drop on the 13th. And then a crest or peak on the 14th that we sell off from through multiple support levels into another prominent trough, multiple reversals or a notable reversal on the 15th, and then mixed behavior on the 16th, 3 crisscrosses back and forth through the same price level. First cross to the upside, second to the down, and then the third to the upside, usually confirming a bullish trend. Not so sure about that in this case. And then on the 17th, we have a resistance level that we rally into, and then abruptly we turn around and we break down from that resistance. A peak on the 18th that we sell off from pretty notably towards the end of the day, and then a lot of price change covered on the 19th. We're into and or out of support level that we rotate sideways along. We've got a prominent peak on the 19th, probably a prominent trough on the 20th. A crest that we sell off from through multiple support levels on the 21st, and then erratic behavior on the 22nd, back and forth through the same price level. There's a trade opportunity there. I'll talk about in more detail in the Discord. And then a period of volatility on the 23rd with a sharp drop that'll stand out in that period of volatility, taking us into a prominent trough. A notable move higher early in the day on the 24th. It's like a failed breakout, like a breakout, but it's a fake out more so. And then we decline through key support there on the 24th. An important support level on a 1-year chart scale highlighted on the 25th. A prominent trough and a prominent peak around the 26th within a period of mixed sideways S behavior. From the peak on the cusp of the 26th, 27th, we have a decline to and through support to mean another support, which we rotate sideways along, attempting to establish, and then we break down through more support levels on the 27th. More decline on the 28th, it looks like from a peak at an important technical price level, and then a period of volatility in the 29th ends with a fast sudden move higher, taking us into another peak around the cusp of the 29th, 30th. Bearish price swings and a sharp drop on the 30th, taking us into a significant trough on the 31st with a big move out of that trough, reaching for distant resistance. So I would say as far as one of the clearest trades, so tomorrow really there should be this big move to the upside early in the day. I would utilize that as an opportunity to open up a short position. And you could close the short position the very next day with a sharp drop to the downside. If you miss that opportunity, you'll probably want to add to the short on the 6th, maybe the 7th or the 8th. I probably wouldn't. I probably just, if it's wrong, I'd probably just exit. But you'd likely be able, with the overnight swing trade, exit that short on the 5th. That's one of the best trades that I see. There's more stuff on there, guys, but we talk about it on Discord. And with that said, we also give you the timing, the highest high and the lowest low for the month on the Discord. So if you're interested and you're serious about trading SO meta-analysis, everything on our website is half price right now, meaning that you can get the monthly access subscription for $150. It will remain $150 for the lifetime of your subscription. Great discounts, everything, guys, the custom readings, all that stuff. So you go to our website, tarotfortraders.com. While it exists, we're getting rid of the website and going straight to Discord. But for the time being, you can get these things on our website. So thanks to everybody that supports the channel by doing that. And blessings to all our angel investors. Following the rule of karma on the resources tab, 5% of all profits forward to one of these charities, 5% of all profits back to the channel, leaving you with 90%. As long as you follow those rules, the universe considers you an angel investor. The channel is going to set it back to you tenfold for following through. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys on the next one.